ready to go deep. Today, we're diving into the world of conversational hypnosis.
Oh, exciting.
But we're focusing on what happens after the session.
After the suggestions, after you're getting sleepy.
Exactly. We want to know what's going on in our minds long after we leave that hypnotist's chair.
And you found us an expert on this very thing.
We did. Virginie Eymere.
She calls it the integration dialogue.
Right. So we'll get into that, but first...
You got to talk about what Eymere calls demarcation.
Demarcation. Okay, sounds kind of intense.
That's not what you think.
Like we're drawing lines on a map.
More like a smooth transition back to reality.
Instead of counting down or snapping fingers.
Yeah. She uses really normal, everyday questions.
So instead of, you are now waking up, it's like...
We're like, hey, cool coffee mug, where'd you get it?
Bringing someone back to the present so subtly.
Exactly. It's strategic, too.
So?
It keeps the listener from being open to just any suggestion after the session ends. Makes sense? Like closing the back door to your mind after you've done some work in there.
So this demarcation keeps us safe from unwanted influence.
Right. And that leads us to Eymere's next big idea, preparing for what she calls the integration dialogue.
Integration dialogue. Okay, you've got my attention.
It's where things get really interesting.
We're not just snapping out of it and going back to our routines then.
Nope. There's more to it.
So much more.
So much. Eymere wants people to know that real change, well, it takes time.
It's not instant.
No, it's a process. Like you might feel amazing one day and then the next.
You're craving a donut even though you swear off sugar.
Exactly. Or those old buried memories pop up.
Or weird, vivid dreams.
Even like random cravings for broccoli, who knows?
Wait, so all of that is normal after conversational hypnosis?
Totally normal. Eymere even had one client who felt super nauseous during a session.
Ooh, it doesn't sound very fun.
Right. But here's the thing.
What's that?
Eymere sees it as a good sign.
Nausea.
It means the subconscious is clearing out old patterns, like a mental detox.
Okay.
And she says we shouldn't just endure it, we should be excited by these changes.
Excited about feeling sick.
Well, think about it this way. Our minds are powerful.
That's for sure.
And these weird after effects mean something profound's happening deep down, like your subconscious is rewiring itself.
So it's like renovating a house, got to rip out the old to bring in the new.
Exactly.
Okay, I can see that. But ripping out the old can be kind of messy, right? So what does Eymere suggest for navigating this integration dialogue then?
Well, she's got this surprisingly simple yet brilliant suggestion.
Okay, you got to tell me, what's the brilliant suggestion?
Get this. Eymere recommends taking a nap.
A nap? Seriously?
I know, right?
Sounds a little too easy for all this subconscious rewiring.
Right. But when we sleep, our conscious mind gets out of the way.
No more to-do lists, no more overthinking.
And that's when the real magic can happen.
So while we're dreaming, our subconscious is free to work on those suggestions.
Exactly. Like hitting fast forward on personal growth.
But we can't just sleep through the whole integration dialogue, can we?
Good point. There's more to it than just napping.
So what else can we do when we're awake and those weird cravings or crazy dreams start popping up?
This is where it gets really cool. Eymere says, we need to approach this whole thing with curiosity and, like, be nice to ourselves.
Curiosity and...
What was the other one?
Self-compassion.
Right, self-compassion. Not really words I'd think of with hypnosis.
I know, but it's so important. Instead of freaking out about that sudden urge to eat a whole head of broccoli or getting frustrated when an old insecurity pops up, Eymere wants us to just, like, pause.
So instead of judging those thoughts or feelings.
Yeah. Just notice them. Be curious. Like, that's weird. Why am I feeling this?
Like we're some kind of scientist observing our own minds.
Exactly. You're getting it. Think of yourself as a compassionate observer, you know? Just noticing those little shifts in how you think, how you feel, what you do. That's the cool part of the integration dialogue. It's like a chance to get to really know yourself. Makes sense. It's like we're finally listening to that quiet voice inside. The one that doesn't always get heard.
And that voice, it can have a lot to say.
So true. But change is rarely easy, right?
Nope, not always. It takes time, and it's not always straightforward. There will be good days and bad days and moments where it feels like you're going backwards.
So how do we deal with those inevitable bumps in the road?
That's where the self-compassion comes in. Be kind to yourself, you know?
Like being your own best friend, cheering yourself on through it all.
Exactly. You got this. And remember, you don't have to go it alone.
There's help out there.
Absolutely. A good conversational hypnotist like Eymere can be so helpful during this time, like a guide to make sense of it all.
So they help us understand those weird signs,
Yeah.
work through any roadblocks,
Exactly. And make sure we're really getting the most out of this whole transformation thing.
This is blowing my mind. So we've got the session, then we create that safe space. Then comes the integration dialogue where our minds are doing their thing, and the power nap helps speed it all up.
It's like a recipe for change, one we can use to create the lives we want.
This deep dive has been incredible. We went way beyond the surface of conversational hypnosis and got into the nitty-gritty of what happens after.
All the surprising after effects.
It's not just about planting suggestions. It's about like really taking control of our own minds.
Yeah. It's like realizing we're not just puppets.
Not just absorbing whatever's thrown at us.
Right. We have the power to change our thoughts, our beliefs, our habits.
And that's what I love about Eymere's approach. It's not about some quick fix. It's
about really understanding how change actually happens.
no magic buttons.
Exactly. It's about, paying attention to those little things, trusting your gut.
Being patient with ourselves.
Yes, because it's a journey, not a race.
We're like explorers, but the territory is inside us.
Ooh, I like that. And just like explorers, we need the right tools, the right guidance.
To navigate those uncharted waters.
Totally. That's where a good conversational hypnotist comes in, and that curiosity, that self-compassion.
They help us make sense of it all.
Exactly. And the best part is, everyone's journey is different.
So the integration dialogue looks different for everyone.
That's what makes it so cool. You get to choose how you handle those shifts, how you use what you learn.
So for anyone listening who's thinking about trying conversational hypnosis, remember, it doesn't end with the session. It's just the beginning.
The real magic happens after.
Pay attention to those little signs. Be kind to yourself. And get ready for a wild ride.
And don't forget about those naps.
Never underestimate the power of a good nap. Until next time, keep exploring the world within. And thanks for diving deep with us.